It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, RIAM of Jesup held a community event Thursday at the mill. They introduced their new CEO, Delisle Bloomquist, who spoke about the direction of RIAM and the possibilities for the company. Also speaking at the event, General Manager Clay Bethea, who talked about the company's goal of safety and also working with environmentalists when it comes to the river.
Here is the safety metrics for our industry. And so if you look at the pulp paper industry, you'll see that they have a recordable incident rate of about 2.25 is where the industry is. So what that basically says, somebody out of 100,000 work hours, somebody possibly could have had a stitch or a broken bone. That's what a recordable incident is in OSHA standards. And so what I want to present to you is at Jesup, we have continually lowered this down here at Jesup, and our employees, our team, we work very hard to make sure safety is the first priority and that everybody understands. And so one of the things we do here is we tell everybody, you have the right to stop a job, you have the right to stop production if you don't feel safe. And notice I said, if you don't feel safe. I don't care whether you're right or wrong. If you don't feel safe, just stop it. Just stop what you're doing, and let's get a bigger team together. And so the reason I show this from a community point of view, I ask every one of you, you've got family that work out here. You've got relatives, you've got friends. Safety starts not only at work, but at home. And it's really about us changing our culture. And, 100 years ago, our forefathers, we cut down large trees, and we did it with chainsaws. And every couple of, months or so, a tree would kick back and kill somebody, and we all just said, well, that's what happens. We don't say that today. We say we can prevent every injury, and we can. And it's really thinking about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And so I encourage you to talk to your family, talk to your friends, and improve safety not only with our facility but throughout the community. Next thing is environmental. We have a history that we've had issues with the environmental community, and this is somewhere that we're really, how do we work? And we live here, we play here on the river, and we're very proud of what we do. And we're also very pleased with what we've done in the past. And so if you look at these color charts, in 2008, you can see that we pulled the color down going to the river. If you go out on the river today, you've been out there, you'll notice you can't hardly see our outfall anymore. We're very pleased with that. We're actually, this year will be our lowest year historically. If we continue on the trend that we're on today, we'll be on our lowest. That is something we manage. It's just like safety. We earn the right from the citizens of Georgia to operate the facility here, and what we're trying to tell you is we're being good stewards, and we are up for our next MPDS permit, and the community here has always been very supportive of us, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate being able to operate here. And so we're trying to be good stewards. And if you haven't been on the river lately, encourage you to go. That's one of the things I drive Kelly crazy. Whenever we got visitors, and if it's something around environmental, I say, get us a boat and let's go on the river. Let's go show them what we've done. And those tours go real well because if you've done it, show people and let them see it for themselves. And so that's always a positive message.
And once again, those comments of RIAM's GM Clay Bethea during a community event get together with invited guests from the community. WIFO received an invitation. We'll bring you comments from the CEO, Delisle Bloomquist, next week here on the local news. Rainier still employs around 800 employees, and they deal with 3 million tons of wood chips per year. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, Wayne County governmental agencies met Wednesday morning at the William A. Zorn Airport as they're discussing the SPLOST 5, which has to be voted on by the registered voters of Wayne County. That vote will take place in March of 2024, but the referendum that the voters will be voting on has to appear on the ballot, has to be sent to Atlanta several months prior to March, County Attorney Andy Beaver says the target date should be by the end of November to have the referendum written. All government agencies in Wayne County are still receiving SPLOST 4 funds, and all reported Wednesday that due to the inflation and other factors, all have received more than what was anticipated with the SPLOST 4 funding, and there's still 11 months to go, so the extra money will definitely help. City of Jesup purchased a ladder truck to the cost of $1 million with the extra funding to SPLOST 4. SPLOST 5 projected to raise $28 million for the coffers of Wayne County and the cities of Jesup, Odom, and Scriven. The main topic Wednesday was the percentage breakdown as the SPLOST funds begin to roll in. All agreed that the most fair way is by population, and they used the 2020 census numbers for the percentage breakdown. The percentage breakdown is as follows. Odom will receive 1.5% of the SPLOST 5 funds. Scriven would receive 2.5%. City of Jesup 32.5%, and the county 63.5%. Once again, this all agreed upon Wednesday at the William Azorn Airport as all agencies represented at the meeting. All three mayors in attendance: Ralph Hickox of Jesup, Greg Rozier of Odom, Jason Weaver of Scriven, County Commissioners Kevin McCrary and Mike Gordon on hand, along with Administrator Paul Adrati. City of Jesup represented by Commissioner Tim Cockfield, Pamela Schumann, and City Manager Rose Marcus. One point they stressed is they want to make certain the taxpayers understand what projects and equipment was purchased with the SPLOST 4 funding. Commissioner Mike Gordon says it's important to make certain that promises made were promises kept, and they say the best way to do that is to have the agencies come up with a list of projects completed with the SPLOST 4 funds to show the taxpayers what the money is being used for. All stated that without SPLOST funding, the only other option would be to raise the millage rate and raise taxes. At Wednesday's meeting, everyone seemed to be on the same page. They just hope that organizations like the Chamber of Commerce and the IDA and others will help promote the SPLOST vote when it comes up for a vote in March. Again, registered voters of Wayne County will decide the issue. Again, a yes or no vote in March of 2024. Again, SPLOST 4 has 11 months to go, and already everybody on hand Wednesday stated that they've already received what was projected, and now they're making extra money, which they state will go a long way to purchase much-needed items and improving services to the citizens of Wayne County. Once again, the referendum has to be written up and approved and sent to Atlanta to be on the ballot for the November vote, so another meeting will soon be set up as they all want to see the SPLOST funds continue in Wayne County, and the next step is to write the referendum and send it to Atlanta. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news today on the Butch and Bob Show. We have one of the Jesup candidates running for City Council in District 4. That's Jonathan McCullough. He'll be in studio on today's Butch and Bob Show. City of Jesup has 3 contested races for council seats. Districts 1, 4, and 5 all contested. And we've also got a contested mayor's race. WIFO will continue to bring you comments from the candidates. Also running for District 4 is Margaret Rawls. We made contact with her yesterday. She's set to join us on the Butch and Bob Show a week from this coming Monday. She'll join us on Monday, September the 18th. This coming Monday, we've got Katrina Dumas, a candidate who's running in District 5. Also seeking that District 5 seat is former City Manager Mike Deal of Jesup. Again, Tuesday, September 12th, in studio will be candidate for Mayor Tyrone Johnson. Thursday of next week, September 14th, candidate in District 1 for City Council, former council member Ricky Gredich. Once again, we'll continue to bring you comments from the candidates. All 3 council seats in the mayor's race were to be decided in November by the registered voters of the City of Jesup. And Jonathan McCullough, candidate for District 4, in studio today on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. City of Jesup giving notice that they've got a public meeting to be held to discuss the wastewater improvement project funded by Georgia's Clean Water State Revolving Fund. It's going to take place on Tuesday, September 19th at 10 a.m. at City Hall. They say the proposed project includes upgrades to existing 301 South and 301 North pump stations and approximately 34,500 linear feet of new 8-inch, 16-inch, and 24-inch sewer force mains. The new sewer infrastructure will receive wastewater from the southern region of Jesup and transport this flow to the existing water reclamation facility. The anticipated cost of the project is approximately $9,065,698. They state the purpose of this public meeting is to inform the public of the need for installation of the regional wastewater collection and transmission system to comply with state law and to encourage public involvement in the development of a plan to improve the wastewater collection and transmission system. They state your participation is encouraged and considered essential to the selection and development of the final plan to be adopted prior to its approval by the state of Georgia, Department of Natural Resources. Comments are to be received in writing to Bill Schumann. You can send those comments via email at bschumann@jesupgeorgia.gov. Once again, this public hearing is set for Tuesday, September 19th at 10 a.m. at City Hall in Jesup. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.